Hi, it's Barb, Meeple PhD with a Cosmic Game Connection. That's where I take something in astronomy or science and connect it to my game shelf. Recently, NASA's HaloSat completed its first year of science operations. This CubeSat, a tiny pint-sized satellite, is working on one of the biggest questions in astronomy. If we look back at the oldest light in the universe, the cosmic microwave background, we can see what the universe is made of. And what we find is that it's about 5% normal matter, 25% dark matter, and 70% dark energy. I'm going to leave the dark matter and dark energy for another video. What we're talking about here is that 5% normal matter. This normal matter is what turned into the stuff we see around us today. Planets, stars, galaxies, me, you. And when we tally up all of that we see in the universe today, we find that we're missing almost half of what should be there based on what we see in that cosmic microwave background. That's kind of embarrassing. So one of the places that might be, that mass, is in the hot halos of galaxies. Now, the Milky Way has a hot halo. We've seen it. But what we don't know is how much mass is in it. And that's because we don't know what shape it takes. And this is where HaloSat comes in. It's mapping that hot halo in our galaxy 100 square degrees at a time. And its goal is to figure out if the shape is more of a fried egg shape or maybe spherical. And if we combine that with the density of the gas, which we can get from spectroscopy, we can figure out how much mass there is. Now, is it going to be enough mass to solve this missing mass problem? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see when they're done with their science operations and all of that data crunching. But I think it's remarkable that this tiny satellite is taking on that problem. When I thought about this tiny satellite working on a universe-sized problem, the game that came to mind was Gingerbread House. Gingerbread House is a tile placement set collection game where players take on the role of witches who are tired of those pesky fairy tale characters nibbling away at their lovingly built gingerbread houses. The game is set up with each player getting a player board, a staircase tile, and a stack of 15 domino-like tiles. The deck of character cards is shuffled and a market of 4 of them placed out. And the bonus cards are also shuffled and a number based on the number of players is chosen. On their turn, players are usually going to build, which means taking one of their tiles and placing it in the 3x3 grid that represents their gingerbread house. The tile must lay flat, it must fit entirely within that 3x3 grid, and if it's on anything but the ground level, the 2 halves of the tile must cover 2 other tiles. After they've built, the player gets things based on the symbols that they covered. This could be one of the 4 different gingerbread types, another staircase tile, or they could swap out one of their gingerbreads for another one from the supply, or they could grab one of those characters and entice them to their gate, keeping them from their competitors. After they've taken their rewards for placing their tiles, players have the option of capturing one of the characters. That is, if they have the gingerbread necessary to grab them. If they do, they put that character in the dungeon and place an immediate wild tile as a bonus into their house. If on their turn they complete a level, the player can claim a bonus card, up to 3 total per game. Now, if the player can't build on their turn, they have to turn in one of their tiles and get 2 staircases instead, but this is their entire turn. Play continues until everyone has played all 15 of their tiles, and then the players count up their points based on the characters that they've grabbed, the bonus cards, and any leftover gingerbread. The witch with the most points wins. Now, I have to say, when I first saw that this game was played entirely in a 3x3 grid, I was skeptical about how much game there could be. That skepticism was misplaced. This game has a lot of great decisions. Do you race to complete a level in order to get the bonus card that you want? Or maybe you want to go after the high point characters no matter what it takes. And how do you engineer those combinations in order to maximize what you get on each turn? The fact that so much game was packed into such a small play area is what made me think of HaloSat, a satellite not much bigger than this box that is working on one of the biggest questions in astronomy. So the next time you find yourself agonizing over how best to place your tile in Gingerbread House, take just a second to think about this pint-sized satellite and marvel at how much science can be packed into such a small area. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you're enjoying these, please subscribe to my channel so you'll know when the next one comes out. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram as @MeeplePhD, and you can follow my blog for reviews and additional science at meeplephd.com. A pint-sized satellite is solving one of the mysteries of the universe.